Hi, everyone. My name's Ryan. I'm a solution engineer at Sigma, and I'm going to walk you through a capacity planning application built out inside of Sigma. So what we have here is a capacity planning application. On the first page, what you're seeing here is some inputs. This is where you could start to run some different scenarios. So, say you want to change the ramp times of go-to-market reps, or you wanted to change their quotas. All of those are adjustable inside of Sigma, and based on those adjustments, you'll be able to see the outcome change on different pages here. So, a couple different pages. We have an overall summary. We have this broken out by region as well as our quarters here to see how this is going to break out over the next coming years. And all of these are decided on the different adjustments that I have on the first page, as well as specific scenarios on when I want to hire reps. So let's go ahead and see how this changes here. Maybe we know it's going to take a long time for reps to get ramped. We could go ahead and we could change our commercial ramp time to 8 months, and let's change AE majors up to 10 months. All of those changes are going to be accounted for, and then the capacities are going to be changed based on that. So if we look at the ARR targets and our capacity and the gap between those, all of those are changed based on the different values that I add here. The other way that you're able to change this is you're able to come into a table directly and decide what months you want to start hiring users on, or sorry, employees on. So say I wanted to build out my AE majors in APAC in June. What I could do is I could select on that specific value. Let's go ahead and let's add 5 hires here. What this is going to do is it's going to leverage Sigma's writeback capabilities to take that data, push it back to the warehouse. So then it's going to rerun the model based on those new hires that we have. You can see the gap values have changed based on that. Where you can really start to make this efficient is leveraging a Sigma agent to streamline this process quite a bit. So over here, we have a scenario modeling agent. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of the suggestions it has here. Let's go ahead and let's add 2 AE majors in the EMEA in January 26. Let's go ahead and let's change that to June. So it's with the other value that we had just built out there. Now, these Sigma agents are very cool. You can design them to build in a way that suits whatever user you have. So it could span the gambit from just helping you with simple analysis all the way to helping you with workflows. In this specific agent, what I have instructed it to do is help with scenario modeling. So build me out certain scenarios. In my specific example, I have added 2 AE majors in EMEA starting June 2026, and I want this agent to compare the values of the baseline if we had not hired those users or those employees versus what it would be like if we did hire those employees. So as you could see, it first checked on the baseline values here, looked at all of the values without hiring those employees. Then what it did was it ran an action. It started acting on our data to add those 2 new hires in the MIA. Now what it's doing is it's rechecking the data to see the differences that have been made. And then it's going to give me a nice little output on uh, the capacity of our hiring and broken that out by our different targets. So these agents are very powerful for not only helping you answer quick questions about the data, but this is truly what puts a lot of power in your users' hands because they could start acting on doing scenario models. So very quickly, we're able to see the changes. You could see the total capacity before, the total capacity after, and the change here. Hope this is helpful. Thanks.